Yo, boys and girls, it is your boy Diversity here, back with another video for the channel. I hope you're all having a great day, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this video from. I hope you're having a smashing day, people. Welcome back to the channel as well. It has been so weird not vlogging these past 10 or so days. It has been nuts, but since then, a lot's happened, hasn't it? We've got the king coronated, and we've got a new camera, that's right. It looks a bit weird and it's very high tech, and it can see me all in HD, so I don't know if that's a good thing for you lot or not, but today's video, I thought, why not? Let's do this. Ranking Southend United players from this past season. Now, before we get into this video, it's worth saying all these players should have a massive pat on the back and a massive well done. The amount of grief they've dealt with this season has been through the roof. So whatever I put down here today, whether they watch this or don't know, or you know a player, just don't take it the wrong way. I honestly mean this, just based on performances we've seen on the field from them. Nothing personal. They all deserve a medal for what they've dealt with this season. But we're going to crack pretty much straight into this video. And you'll see on the screen now, you'll see some players along the bottom of the screen and 4 categories they're going to slot into. Now, the first one, come on guys, it's pretty obvious. Cav Miley. You know exactly where this boy's going. Excellent all day long. Mr. Player of the season. Nearly played every minute of the season for Blues. And he's the rock of our midfield. I'd say he should be the captain next season. I honestly think that. But not down to my decision. Anyway, excellent. Great start for him. Louis Lomas signed, well, last season. Yeah, well, at the beginning of the season, sorry, he signed, he goes into good. He's come in. Do you know what? He started a bit shaky, I think. In all honesty, I had my doubts about him, but throughout the season, he's got better and better and better. And honestly, next season, he has to be a regular starter. He literally fits that gap so well on the left side of the centre-backs. But speaking of centre-backs, Mr. Kensdale, Ollie Kens, is going into excellent. I know that will be controversial with a few of you, but ever since Lapata has left, ever since he left, it is right, he has led that line superbly well. Him, Hobson and Lomas have been rocks at the back, but Kensdale takes the voice of that whole back three to another level. I think personally, he should, well, if we can, embargo situation aside, if I could keep him, I honestly would. I know that's a bit 50-50 with people as well, but next one's a bit of an interesting one. Tom Clifford. He's tricky. It's really tricky, that one. And I don't want to do this one because I really do like the bloke, but I have to put him in poor. I honestly do. Just going on some fact. He's made 6 appearances this season. At the beginning of the season, all of them. And then he was dropped mysteriously. And the only thing I could really put together between all this is that he doesn't fit the style that Kevin Co want to go forward with. He is, on his day, a brilliant player. He's got a brilliant crossing, brilliant at dead ball situations and running at the player. But defensively, there's doubt. And then he got overtaken by Jack Bridge. And then from there, it didn't work out for Clifford. I feel bad about putting him there, but I'm sorry, Tom. Poor, unfortunately. Colin Andeng Ndai. What a boy this guy is. He is straight into good. 19 years of age, young player of the season, phenomenal skill all season, replacing Steve Arnold and Blondie Nanuki when he went back to Stoke, but he's amazing, this boy. The grief, especially the Yeovil game, I'll pick that out single-handedly. The Yeovil game, I think, is best game all season for us, and he's just got better and better and better. Bear in mind, he does have that one mistake in him, and his kicking was a bit 50-50 at the beginning of this, but he's come on leaps and bounds, as does this boy right here, Gus Scott Morris. 3rd in the list for player of the season. He made the England C squad. It's actually his birthday at the time of me recording this. He has been superb all season. He has pretty much, end of last season, I said we need a new right wing back who's young, hungry, and will run at their defence, and someone who could cover what JD was doing. This guy, down to a T. Love Gus Scott Morris. Love this player. Wesley Funguk. Another good one, I'd say. This one was a bit of good meh. He hasn't played too many games here, but when he has, he's that playmaking kind of player we miss. And the last game of the season versus Wealdstone, he went up to another level of a player. He literally, it's like a new player we saw. He's chipped in with goals, he's chipped in with assists. When he's been asked to do a job, he does it. He honestly is a good all-round squad player. That's why he makes good here. Right then, people. You might have seen that next face that's popped up. Jake Hyde. Yeah, I think we can all maybe agree with this one right here. I know it might be harsh. He's been very injured, but he was brought in as a replacement for Sam Dolby, and the hype just wasn't there. When he signed, there was a lot of doubts about him, but if we could keep him fit and hungry, he would be a star player. But unfortunately for Jake, it just hasn't worked out, and I have to put him in poor, unfortunately. What he'll do after Southend, no clue, but I don't know. I'm not going to go much more into Jake, but all round, decent professional. Speaking of professional, I've just seen this next one. Jason Dimitri. The first one in the meh category. I know this is going to upset a few people. By the way, my missus is downstairs. She loves JD, but this is going to hurt. JD, well, when he's been called upon, excellent. But does he still have it in the tank to keep going and keep doing this every season? I don't know. If it was up to me, I'd offer him a player-coach sort of contract. But yeah, when he's been called upon, he's been good, but not called upon a lot. Gus Scott Morris took that position and has taken it by storm. Chris Ray. I really like this guy before I make this move. His work ethic, and I think just his work behind the scenes to try and get into this team is through the roof. But he goes into meh as well. I just don't think he suits the style again that Kev and co want to go. He was brought in, he was on trial with us at the beginning of the season for any of those of you who have forgotten, and he's came in, and I think we didn't have any Harry Cardwell then. It was literally Powell and Ray for a good few games up top, and he did brilliantly, but then he lost his spot in the squad and kept falling back behind players, and he just didn't recover, I think. I love the guy, I hope he really kicks on, but meh, unfortunately. But this guy, Lionel Sir Hobson. Lionel Hobson is in there. Good. This was hard. I wanted to put him in excellent, but he has made a few iffy mistakes at times. But that is nothing aside from Sean. He came in, first season here, he was player of the season. His contract is up in the summer. I really want him to stay. He's a rock. He gets better and better. Like I said, there's the occasional mistake in there from him. But do you know what? I love the bloke. If I could keep him, I would. Whether he'll stay or not, 50-50 again. He is, I think, originally from up north. I think there's going to be plenty of teams sniffing around for him, so it will be tricky. Callum Powell. I think I'm going to put him in good on this, but this is tricky again. Beginning of the season, he was on fire, this lad. He literally, I think it was 6 goals or something, not in a month, but he's finished the season on 8 goals, second placed of the high scorers for this season. And do you know what? He's been all right. It's literally been all right for us. But since, I'd say, New Year, he's dropped off really badly. And there is one thing to say that I believe, could be wrong, he has the same agent as Casper Laparta did. And with obviously Casper Laparta's situation, I can get the agent might have said something in his ear and put something up. But he still goes out there. His work ethic for Powell is through the roof. Loving the bits, but did drop off. Otherwise, he'd be an excellent, unfortunately. He sits in there. I've just realised we've got a second Tom Clifford there, so we're going to push him to the back there. But this one's a bit different here. Jaden Crowhurst. He only made one appearance for us versus Solihull Moors. But you know what? He was brilliant. So he's going straight to good. Came in as a right back versus Solihull. I don't know if Dimitri was injured, suspended, something like that, but he came in. And I remember it was boiling hot that day in Solihull. And he performed ever so well. Young man came into the first squad against the big physical Solihull side and took it by storm. Ever since then, he's been out on loan. But I think we give him professional contract next season. I think he was on like some sort of youth deal, but we give him professional contract into next season to maybe replace Dimitri as a long-term solution. But I really like the lad. He's been captain of the Southend youth team every year he's been in. It's just worth it. I think it's for the future, right there. Noor Hussein. Noor, the Afghan prince. Meh, unfortunately. Love him, honestly, brilliant playmaker, came in, scored that goal versus Eastleigh versus Dover the previous season. This season a bit more quieter, more of a box-to-box role, not chipping in with as many goals has been the midfield, but again, he's been that player we've relied on many times this season. Unfortunately hit with an injury towards the end of it, so it hampered my score a bit, put him into meh, otherwise it would be good. Nor, yeah, meh. Next one, Jack Bridge. The magician that is, you know where he's going, people. Mr. Runner-up, for player of the season. Most goals this season, 13. Top goal scorer. He is a magician with the ball. He's a fan favourite. He's an Essex boy. He sits in excellent. If we could keep him for longer than this summer, hopefully this embargo is cleared. would love it. Would honestly love it. But will he stay? Will he be persuaded elsewhere? Time will tell. Harry Taylor then. Good. This guy, unappreciated. I think lots of people overlook him. When he comes on as a sub, I hear a few whispers in the West End, oh, why are we bringing him on? He has saved us from so many goals, from us conceding. It's through the roof. I remember, I believe it could be wrong, Wealdstone and even Dagenham. He made some crucial tackles to deny players through on goal. Underappreciated, I feel. But when he's on the field, he does the business. I like to call him the bulldog of the midfield. He'll take a card, he'll get nippy, he'll get in on them and cause trouble. Harry Taylor, good all-round season. Super Steve Arnold in goal. Again, Steve, good. I think for the first time we've had two really good keepers. Well, three if you count Blondie after the first few iffy games. Steve in the good. Injury season. But when he comes into that squad, you know he's a safe pair of hands in there. Obviously, he's getting on a bit now. Will we be looking at Colin as a future number one or maybe replacing? I don't know. But Steve, always a reliable pair of hands and an excellent song for him when he gets in that goal. Steve Arnold to go. Reece Murphy. Yeah, this is going to be... It's either meh or poor. We know where he's going, people. I'm just going to be generous here and go meh. Just based off, he's come back from a long-term injury. He came into a squad. He had to catch up with fitness, catch up with the style of play that Kev and the boys wanted. But bar that, I can't see him really wanting to stay with us or us wanting to keep him just due to age-related. His goal ratio is not great. He came from Yeovil with such a good goal ratio, a good poacher in the box, but since then, since the injury's dropped off, he's not the same player. We need to be looking to maybe replace up there. But speaking of more attackers, Harry Cardwell, straight into good. Not his best scoring season, but again, injured throughout the season. Not his best. We all love him. He will try every game to be a nuisance for other players. Even on 90 minutes, if he's played the full 90, he will run 40 yards to make a slide tackle to stop the other team getting forward. He is a big unit. He's a sexy looking bloke. He deserves to be in good. Dan Mooney. Controversial, very, very controversial, this one, but I'm going to go meh. It's his first season. I'll just say it. It's his first season here. He moved from up north. He's only a young lad to have to restyle your whole life, move down south, away from your hometown where you've grown up for most of your life. I will give him credit for this season. Go meh. He's had a few goals, a few assists, but then after about the first third of the season, dropped off completely. Wasn't the same player everyone expects and knows, but I think we'll put him in meh. Some people will argue that, but I think meh is fair. Nathan Ralph, the captain of the season, is going to go in good. He stepped up to that Camden roller field. He is a great header of the ball. He's like a salmon in the air. Jumps, leaps high as you want. But he does have that mistake in him. And I hate to say it because he's been here quite a while. He's had quite an injury-hit career with us. Been made the captain this season. And it's just been a bit meh, but good at the same time. Ralph just slips into good, then we'll say. And finally, we have Tom Clifford there. But we'll put that second one back in. I don't know why we've got two Tom Cliffords there. But hey, boys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little brief video I've made here just to welcome you guys back to the channel and for me to get back in front of the camera. I miss you lot sometimes, but I hope you've enjoyed. You will see me at the James Walker charity match. If you haven't purchased tickets already, make sure you do or leave a link down below. My name's been Diversity. Peace.